Greetings and welcome to the energy of Taurus. Welcome to the channel. This is Ron from Terra of the Twin Sun. I do welcome you. Yes, Terra of the Twin Sun is a functional division within the Order of the Twin Sun. Please take only what you will. Use proper discernment in order to find subtlety in the ways of implementing that which we find here in terms of relevance into your path. So yes, please use your discernment. Let's go ahead and begin. Today I shall be working with the tarot to discern through the great mirror the significance between the energy of of Taurus and a significant other. So there will be karma that may exist between you and a significant other, and we'll go ahead and figure out what that is and see how to address some of the challenges that may occur within the instance between you and a significant other. This is a timeless reading, however, please note that even though there is that sense that there may be linearity, there is a type of fold back that relates to the energy or the wheel of karma. Okay, so I shall begin with a 9-card spread from the Cartomanzia Italiana deck. This is a deck from 1983, the Edizione del Salion Cartomanzia Italia Conteroci del 19 degrees. So we'll go ahead and begin. The second house is open. This is the energy of Taurus. The energy of the significant other. Okay. And the mirror between some of the challenges and the karma. Okay, this speaks to me of coming out of isolation, coming into being, at the same time not being able to know the path. There was a return to something out of Le Eremechia, the Hermit card in reverse. This has to do with the 6th house and sort of letting go of methodologies, ways of doing things in order to find a sense of footing, or at least some sort of return back to society, back to the regular flow of things, okay? Now, this most certainly is an act of rebellion. There's something about the energy of Taurus that has been on the path of hermetitude, of isolation, but also of really trying to find a sense of ground, and also to understand a bit more of the shadow realm, okay? Once returning, there is a sense that there is a type of instability, a lack of growth where experience is required, okay? This is leading to something. What is it leading to? A double block, okay? So this is not exactly the greatest of reads so far, but at least when it comes to the actions that may be occurring between you and a significant other, this has to do with reclusivity or solitude, and coming out of that, trying to understand where things went south and really grounding the energies. This really speaks to me of trying to find grounding, but not really giving the right sort of merit or work where it is required. Okay. Um, so Taurus does not feel she's here, the the Empress in reverse. Okay. So something here. It requires the attention of going back to Edemetia, to the mystery, to back to the discovery of certain things that revolve around isolation and finding truth within isolation. Okay. Now, when it comes to the significant other, there's a relation here that is a bit cold, but there is something about it where there certainly is a great degree of restlessness on their end. Okay, they want to bring something. They are questioning their own authority. They're trying to come into their own power with the King of Pentacles in reverse, Il Re de Denari. Um, Now, this is a type of mirroring for them. They are in some form of self-reflection. They want to bring forth um, the idea that they are empowered in some way, but there's a lack of it for the time being. This is because there's something about the structures that they have been working on that has been difficult to find method in, and their sense of authority, their sense of empowerment, it is derived from the material world. But even then, there is a great deal of loneliness on that respect. So restlessness is coming out of it and need to move towards the Queen of Pentacles here, something that Taurus is naturally gifted with, at least in terms of natural affinities towards grounded perceptions and grounded empowerment, the ability to bestow with La Donna di Denari good grace in terms of realities brought forward. Okay, bringing the sunlight into such fruitful or fertile lands. Okay, so there is a power couple that is disempowered for the time being. And what is coming about this is this nervous energy, this activity of the mind on their end that wants to bring forth what? Some sort of gateway into the hanged man energy, Lea Peso here. There is a great deal of circumspection, okay, really trying to see the great round and also see the potentiality in terms of any gateways that may open between you two different worlds, two different realities, two different manifested sort of visions, okay? There's a need to find balance, okay, in a mercurial way. But a lack of cooperation is here, and a difficulty also in properly finding that structure that would make the hanged man hang properly. Okay, the axis of Leo as well as of Aquarius is here, and with that axis there's a strong degree of fixed independence, fixity towards independence. Okay. So there's sort of like a double gateway, okay, that links two parallel realities between you and a significant other that is at the precipice of colliding, of collision, of collusion. And there is a need for both of you to receive in some sort of way. And therefore, this faux arrogance may emerge in terms of the Queen and King of Pentacles. That is difficult to relay power, to give power from one world to the next in the gateway. Okay. At the same time, there is something here about the quelling of passions, the cold shoulders between the Queen of Rods here and the King of Rods. Queen is more infused with what exactly the Seven of Cups in reverse. Okay, Seven of Cups in reverse indicates the path of Cancer, the path of hermetitude as well, Edemetia, but also through the energy of Cancer, the meandering of the emotional realm, escaping investments in emotions or creativities, expectations within the conditions of, say, love. And there's a need for a type of return, okay? Return to what exactly? The return, it revolves from one energy to the next. Um, Either the shared inheritance of territory or of reality with you and another and trying to protect that from the past, or perhaps you partitioning and playing the page of rods, you know, with the conversation of the Queen of Rods in reverse, and needs to partition from passions. Okay, feeling of burden or burnout is here, but also the emerging energy is the seven. The seven is very powerful here. The seven of rods. Okay, in the upright, seven of rods usually indicates great tension, and once again, the axis of Leo and Aquarius, um, very highly elicited here. Okay, so the rod that the Hermit holds, as you can see here, is mirrored with the rod in Rider Waite that the Seven of Cups has. Okay, this is a type of return. If you are on a type of spiritual quest, or if the other is mirroring this spiritual energy to find some sort of so-called realism, there is a type of return to a memory that is very much burdensome, but also a source of inspiration in terms of the fruitfulness it gives through tension. Okay, tension and release is one of the biggest conundrums of most romantic, excuse me, escapades. And of course, my own personal philosophy on romance is maybe that it is outdated in some sort of way, that we possibly require a great deal of pain to feel pleasure, okay, and thus the the paradigm or the um, way of seeing love as something of longing, okay, something of a need to possess something. Um, that is why I see Le Eremechia here, and that is why I see there is a return from Eremechia, from hermetitude into a very rebellious stance that is uncharacteristic of Taurus, or perhaps a return to a Taurus that is not very happy. The Page of Rods is very significant here in that it is the unevolved form of Le Eremechia, okay, the staff wielder, the staff wielder. A lot of Mercury is here, okay, so some of the mind may be split or extremely activated in terms of allowing for for a type of protection, allowing for a type of severance from the past energy. And that is something that you must deal with, especially when having the drawbridge here, the challenging or stepping stone position of the Two of Rods, making a choice between two different halves that may seem separate but are in fact united. Okay, there is a lot of Saturnian energy here as well that is trying to make order of chaos. Okay, order of chaos, and also with Mercury there is even more chaos, chaos of the mind. Okay, especially on their end, I think their mind is a lot more triggered in terms of awakenings that they might be having in terms of the Four of Swords here in the reverse. Okay, awakenings. Um, Yet it's in this disorder that power can be seized. Okay, if this person is obsessed with a type of authority, they can have it, but at what cost? At the cost of the spinning wheel. Okay, la ruota della fortuna, the round the round wheel of fortune as it spins. So there's a great deal of karma here that is tied once again to the energy of Saturn, but also Uranus. This order and power being very important for the other half, the other party. But I think deep down inside, there's something that you take from this, okay? It is something that gives you a great deal of wealth in terms of nostalgia or memory. Um, but the grounding is something that you need to have mostly with the right foot of La Donna di Denari, the Queen of Pentacles, on the ground as well. The ability to truly um, become sort of engrossed in the karma, in the natural flow of things, okay, in terms of both of your guys' worlds, is very important here. There's something about you that may have lost the influence, or something of you that is potentially uh, lost the influence of the stars, but is influenced by a very intoxicating thing. It's an energetic thing that they give to you. Um, with the Three of Cups here as well, the cup in La Stella, which is one of my favorite cards in this deck. Um, La Stella, the star card. Aquarian energy is here. In the reverse, it speaks to me of order that is based on a type of disorder. There is something here about a transformation that needs to occur, of you transmuting what you take from this connection in order to find a sense of grounding, but the grounding is not there, okay? So that's kind of difficult, considering you are trying to partition yourself from the burdens of anything that causes great tension, especially great memories that you may share together. The difference between the Three of Cups and the Seven of Cups would be the Four of Cups in the reverse, meaning that there is a great temptation of the Holy Grail within this, and trying to drink from the Holy Grail, immortalizing the situation, but also some form, some form of uh, it's like being really under the influence of bad configurations, astrologically speaking. Um, there's an inebriating effect on the soul level between you two. It involves two threes, okay, Three of Swords in the reverse and Three of Cups in the upright, and it sort of beckons you to want more, okay. So there has to be a look deeper into the configurations in terms of Saturn, Uranus, and Mercury mostly. Um, mm, yeah, that's what I see. Saturn, Uranus, and Mercury mostly. Because in terms of Aquarius, this reading has it all. It has the Wheel of Fortune as well, the Hanged Man as well, the Star card. So there is a type of needing to be distant and to be disciplined in some sort of way, Taurus. There also is a need to find grounding, okay? In a place of disorder, in a place where you become tempted by a great deal of inheritance when it comes to um, the emotional tethering between you and this individual who is very cold, but having awakenings in some sort of way, going through a lot of chaos. But there is joy to be had here. I would say there is a great deal of reparation that you can have with this other. That is what I see in terms of advice. The Seven of Swords comes up in the upright, okay, the Aquarian way as well. The Seven of Swords, was it the seven? Yeah, Seven of Swords plus the one, two, three, four, five, six. Okay, so six and Seven of Swords. There is a movement of a return to a way of thinking and communicating that can give you a sense of clarity once you return. Okay, once you return, there's an essence of return here, especially with Eremetia in reverse. There's an essence of return here that is very, very important, okay? This has to do with a way of thinking, um, not escaping from said truths that may be difficult to comprehend, but I think you've had enough in terms of meditation and sleep over this. Okay? There also is a possibility of the Seven of Swords. Some sort of truth that you can have. A lot of Moon and Libra energy here, mostly in the reverse, but in the upright as well. There is a flippancy. There is a way of finessing, a type of balance that comes through the Two of Swords energy that you can wield here, that amounts to the 6 and the 7. There also is a truth that is emerging that will bury all of this energy. Okay, so you have to sharpen the mind and the intellect in order to find a sense of communication. With what? With whom? Okay. Okay. Communication with any blocks. Cutting through the blocks of communication. 6, 7, 8 plus the King of Cups. Okay. Now with the King of Cups being there, King of Cups is, okay, Page of Pentacles. Okay, so what I'm seeing here is a way for truth to emerge if you return to what was left behind. This return will possibly bridge some sort of rift between you and the significance of another and their dimensionality, their parallel world. Okay, once this occurs, both of you are trying to receive something, but one is not. They are not in the condition that would be appropriate. There's something very sharp about them that comes from a place of disempowerment, yet there is also a possibility to transcend and find joy, and for you to be sort of drunk off of a great deal of creative flow, something that is constantly offered to you from this connection. Yeah, but it's, I would say mostly, it's to find focus, to find a sense of purpose that is very much needed now for the energy of Taurus. Yeah, so happy belated birthday and whatnot. That was the Great Mirror. I do thank you for your continued support of the channel. Hit that like if you like, or possibly you may reach out for a private reading. Otherwise, subscribe, and I'll see you in the near future. Thanks. Bye-bye.